There it is. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the DTI Takeover Show. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am one of your hosts, Miss Kayla, here on Total Praise Radio. We like to spotlight. We like to highlight some of our entrepreneurs and business owners out there, people who are making names for themselves, people who are pursuing their purpose and so on and so forth. And so I believe this young lady who has joined us today is no different. So I have Ashley Jackson here, Miss Ashley J here. She's the owner of Faith Steppers Academy. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm awesome. Hey, everybody.
Good, good, good. So,
It's an honor. It's
Ashley,
an honor. Yes.
no problem. No problem. Thank you for joining us. Can you first start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, for me, I am 34 years old. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I lived in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama for a few years, and then I transpired over into Georgia, which was not intentionally because I did not want to come here.
Mhm.
But I'm grateful because when I moved here back in early 2016, it opened up new divine doors for me. I have three daughters, 16, 15, and I have a 6 year old. And what can I say? I'm fresh. Like I've been walking with Christ. This is the big thing about me. I've been walking with Christ for a couple years now. I would say almost 10 years, going on a decade. But I've finally been birthed and mature in my spiritual walk that now I'm
Mm.
being introduced into actually birthing a ministry from my leader is, birthing a ministry through me by the grace of God. So I give God great honor and glory for that. I love that more than even Faith Steppers Tax Academy, just doing the will of our Father. So that's just a little background about me. I am the owner and CEO of Faith Steppers Tax Academy. And before I actually started Faith Steppers Tax Academy, I was a partner with another tax company for 6 years
Mm-hmm.
prior to me sprouting out to do my own tax business. So this is actually my third year being unpartnered with anyone but walking as a solo partnership LLC. Yep.
Got you, got you. So what? How did we get here? How did we get to Faith Steppers Tax Academy?
Wow, you know what? This is a great testimony because, when I first started, never doubt. This is just some encouragement for people. Never say what you can and cannot do. Never underestimate yourself because for me, um, when I first started in 2016 of doing tax returns, it was a divine door open up for me because when I was looking at it, the opportunity when it came open, the owner, they wanted you to have a degree in business and have a bachelor's degree. And I'm very spiritual. So, I saw this ad about I was needing a job and I saw this ad and it was like tax prepare and I was like, and I read the qualifications. I was like, I do not qualify for this. But,
Mm-hmm.
I wound up applying for it. I
Mm-hmm.
applied for the job anyway. That was the Holy Spirit telling me to apply for the job. I applied for it. The owners called me in. I went for an interview 2 days later. I don't want to make the story boring, but I went in for an interview 2 days later. I got the position, and there was something that they said to me. Um, they didn't even just of me being there, my presence. They didn't ask me about the degree. They didn't ask me about anything. So their thing is that we believe in giving people opportunities. And they said, have you ever noticed when the baton is being passed to you?
Mm.
And so that was something that they said to me and it gravitated to me. And I took that as if, like, is the baton being passed to me? Is this my opportunity? So, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to talk too much because I didn't want them to start asking for degrees and diplomas that I couldn't show. So I'm just standing there like, yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys just give me the job, I would just do it. And I was a person at the time, I was working a regular 9 to 5, but I knew there was more in me. And when they told me that within 3 years, if I stayed with the company, that I would be offered a partnership position with them, and I knocked that out within a year and a half. I was actually
Wow.
partnered with them within a year and a half, and I was operating 4 locations, 3 in Georgia and 1 in Miami, Florida. And so I started doing the training with this company. People thought I was the owner for quite some
Mm.
time because they were so used to seeing my face of the front of everything. And when I came in there, I allowed God to use me while I was on this job, but in this career field. And then after some time, God began to deal with me to tell me, Ashley, it's time for you to move on.
Yeah.
And I would say I didn't move the first year he told me to do it. So I was uneasy in the company that I was still partnered with, but I knew I had to leave. And I said, God, you told me that it's time for me to move on, then you would have to lay out the path for me. And I said, you keep telling me that I'm going to start my own tax business. So what name is this tax company going to be?
Yeah.
And he said, Faith Steppers Tax Academy. I said, Faith Steppers Tax, that's too churchy. I ain't gonna get no clients, God. I was having a conversation. I said, God, I ain't gonna get no clients. Faith Stepper Tax Academy, they already set up too churchy. I'm like, God, I ain't gonna get no clients. But he said, Faith Stepper Tax Academy, he said, because you're not gonna be like original tax companies. He said,
Mm.
you're going to be a tax school. You're not
Mm.
just gonna do tax preparation, you're gonna train. I'm taking you up to another level. And just
Mhm.
to speed things up a little bit, I began to walk out that purpose and that plan that God had for me. And I wound up being able to, I was working with, partner with the company in the midst of God telling this to me. So I was, you know, trying to show my loyalty over here because I was with them. They gave me opportunity. And so I'm like, oh my God, how I'm about to depart from them because I'm a very person that believe in loyalty with people. So God
Mhm.
said, it's time to move. It's time to go. So even in the midst of working with them, I was still doing, my thing on the side, working from home. And it wasn't until the second year of God telling me it was time to leave where I was like, you know what? I handed over the keys to the owner, and I've been walking ever since. And this is the third year that I've been by myself, and I actually hired 5 tax preparers,
Yeah.
included myself and uh, 3 girls here and 4 girls here in Georgia, and one of them out in San Antonio. And I was
Okay.
able to actually open up I was working from home for the first 2 years, and I was building up clientele. So I built up enough clientele and a name for myself for the company. It built a name and revenue, word of mouth, referrals. I was just
Mhm.
walking in obedience of the Holy Spirit, right?
Mhm.
And so I finally opened up my first foundational suite for Faith Stappers Tax Academy. And now I'm on the mission now to open up a location in Miami, some part of Florida. Is Miami is my thing. So in my mind, I'm like, God, I'm gonna do it in Miami. But God may be like, no, it's not Miami. It's some part of Florida.
Mhm.
He's opened up them doors for me to meet people, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to learn how to do taxes. If you open up a location, I want to partner with you. So
Mhm.
with opening up a location, in the process now of putting things in order to open up a location in Florida. I would just say Florida, but my desire is Miami, but we'll
Mhm.
just say Florida. And then also in the process of opening up another location in San Antonio, Texas. So where my other preparer is actually working out of as a home-based tax preparer.
Okay.
So so I'm looking to do um, the unnorm of what normal tax business owners do. I'm also in the process. I wrote a book called,
Okay.
yeah. So there's a book on Amazon that's called The Formula to Starting a Virtual Tax Business by Faith Stappers Tax Academy. And so that will actually give you the rundown of how you can start your own home-based virtual tax business. Did that, and What else can I say? I'm just looking for the great things because now I'm starting to do in-person training this year. So we're in the process of putting that together to get ready to host this big event this summer where we're going to be bringing people in
Mm-hmm.
and teaching them how to not just prepare a tax return, but also teaching them how to open up tax businesses and also looking to franchise because I have built that solid foundation for Faith Stappers Tax Academy. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to also franchise with individuals who are looking to to start that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It sounds like you have such a true and wonderful testimony and story that you have behind you, Ashley. So what is the process of being a part of Faith Steppers Tax Academy? Like how was one sign up?
Well, so for one, for me, I try not to be so spiritual with people. But I like to first sit down with it. The normal part of it is, you show you're interested in it, you reach
Mm-hmm.
out to me. I sit down because one thing about me, I am the brand of, this company, and this is a legacy that I'm trying to build
Right.
with H Stappers Tax Academy. So anybody that, come aboard and we partnership with, we want to make sure that this is not just about money, but this is about a passion that you are also looking and thriving for the same vision that we have when it comes to Faith Stappers Tax Academy. So you're not looking just for a quick dollar, you're looking
Yeah.
for, this is my passion. I want to help you. I have a desire for this. I didn't know I have a desire for math until I got into this because when I was in high school, I could care about anything dealing with math. And so, but now,
Right.
right. So now being here, I'm like, oh my God, I should have paid a little bit more attention in math because I realized
Mm-hmm.
in this business, I really do like numbers. But, it have to be, I would say, getting to know your personality, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure your personality fit this business because you deal with all type of people
Yeah.
and you have to have patience
Yeah.
and you have to understand, this motto that they say is that customers are always right, which we know they're not always right because I am also a customer as well because I
Mm-hmm.
shop in other companies. But to know when to just remain professional and
Mm-hmm.
understand that anything that you do will reflect back on the company name and
Mm-hmm.
brand. So for me, when people come aboard, is you have to show that you're interested and you're not just looking for a job, but you're
Mm-hmm.
coming for a career. Because I don't offer jobs, I offer career because I'm like, I'm a businesswoman. I came from, everybody, not everybody, but most of them had that testimony when we come from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is my heart, this is my baby. I pump life into it. So I can't just let anybody come aboard on it. So you have to
Absolutely.
have the same vision that I have. You have
Mm-hmm.
to have patience. You have to still love the clients even when they're wrong. You still have to go beyond of what you desire at that time, even when you're dealing with a nasty customer like this.
Yeah.
This for me, it cannot just be about a paycheck. It have to be a driven desire to be a business owner because that is what I when people come into Faith Stappers, even the girls that come up under me as they're employed with the company,
Mm-hmm.
I'm already like this with my tax preparers that I hired at the end of last year. I'm like, the tax season is over with. We need to be opening up you a tax location. What you trying to do? Because
Yeah.
you got to, it's okay if you want to stay up under me, but I'm here to birth entrepreneurs. So
Right.
what you want to
Right.
do? So for me coming in, you have to have somewhat similar, the same vision and drive when it comes to wanting more out of life and being a not just an employee, but an employer. So
Absolutely.
you should want to be an entrepreneur and you have to have patience. So me, I do a character interview.
Okay.
I'm not I'm not impressed about what you put on a paper, because an opportunity was given to me that at times that I didn't feel I was qualified for.
Yes,
So I'm not
ma'am.
going to look at a resume. I'm going to look
Hmm.
at your character, who you are as
Hmm.
an individual, to see if you're fit for Faith Steppers Takes Academy.
Wow, Ashley, that is amazing. I know our interview was focused on faith steppers. I kind of want to take a little step back though. I'm curious to know more about your ministry
Okay.
that you
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it definitely piqued my interest for sure. Can you share a little bit
Well,
about
yeah,
your
I can
ministry?
share a little bit because we're still, I'm still in the molding process,
Okay.
with my apostle. So for me, I do know I have a ministry from things that I have dealt with in my past, and God have overcame. I have overcame through Christ.
Hmm.
Pulling me out of some dark situations. So I do have a ministry in me for women.
Okay.
And so yeah, so the ministry that we're birthing out, and I'm learning this consecrated lifestyle, because one thing I tell God, I would not be a hypocrite. I
Yeah.
am not going to be a hypocrite. That I'm not going to be that type of person. I'm not going to put anything over you. Not even Faith Steppers Tax Academy will be beyond you. So in the ministry, it's in the making. I would just say
Okay.
that it's most definitely is in the making. So I'm right now, I'm in my training stages, and
Gotcha.
hopefully, if it's by the grace of God, maybe in the next 30 days, I will be doing a launch of the ministry that's coming forth. Women with Purpose Deliverance Ministry. So.
Awesome. That is great to hear. So what's next for Faith Steppers? Where do you see your business 5 years from now?
Actually, 5 years from now, I see myself like, what is that movie called? What is it, Wolf Street or something like that? I see myself not in the illegal way of it, but just I see Faith Steppers as this big empire
Yeah.
that's offering, uh, you know, uh, it's I see big things for it.
Okay.
I see myself bringing along more women. God haven't really dealt with me about the males yet, so some may be like, oh, what about the males? Look, he haven't given me that part yet. So, but I can point you to a direction of somebody. But
Hmm.
for me, what I know, the vision that God have given me, I do see this being a big empire and opening up multiple streams of income for whatever it is, because I'm also in the process of getting my enrolled agent certification with IRS. And so that is your highest certification that you can have with IRS. So you operate as a tax advocate, which is a tax lawyer. You also require, you fall in those criteria of being an accountant, a CPA. And so, for me to be doing big things, so I'm like, not when I say this, not saying I'm above anybody, but I'm
Hmm.
the one going out getting the knowledge. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to invest in getting the license. I'm going to invest in, studying the tax laws. So as people come in and they're interested in joining, partnering with me, I
Hmm.
can get to train them. So the process of them becoming an enrolled agent will be easy. So I'll give them the shortcuts. So we can
Gotcha.
go ahead and make this thing big. This is study, keeping, because I understand it takes a team. But the vision for Faith Steppers Tax Academy is not just to be a tax preparation company.
Hmm.
I, to be honest, I actually see us really just after a while just going doing corporate taxes, you
Okay.
know, filing business taxes, and um, offering training to show people how to open up a legitimate tax company. I went through some ropes of some ins, some ups, and some downs. Being in this business, I've seen some things. So, when it comes to paying your taxes on time, sometimes we forget to do that. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh, look, you can't work for me and then you ain't paying your taxes.
Right.
You gotta get that, you gotta get that in order. So for me, I just see myself, getting everything that I need filling myself up so I can pour this back on to women or young girls who's looking for an opportunity in life. Not saying I would not say that you do not have to go to college, but I told God to use me as the vessel and use Faith Steppers Tax Academy to be a platform to give women an opportunity at some type of business. You don't have to. A millionaire once told me, and it sticks with me. He said, "You don't have to like what you do, but
Mm-hmm.
long as it's legal and it makes residual income, that is the field that you want to be in." And so for me, I was like, yeah, finances is always a good field to be in. Insurance, taxes, credit repair, those things are, real estate. Those are residual income type of businesses. So that always stuck with me. So I'm like, I want to be able to collaborate with those type of other companies. We do offer credit repair here as well,
Okay.
but yeah, so we do offer credit repair. We offer a lot here when it comes to finance. I see it just being like this real big one-stop shop finance company. Hey, you ain't got to
Mm-hmm.
go far. You get your taxes done here, you get trained here. We'll show you how to write grants. We'll show you how to get business loans. We'll show you how to repair your credit. Look, we're going to do everything up in here. So
Everything.
you ain't got to
Mm-hmm.
go far. So we'll be doing it all in-house for you. So I do see Faith Steppers Tax Academy being this big empire and
That's
opening up
awesome.
opportunities for other women.
Awesome. Awesome. Ashley, before I let you go, can you let everyone know how they can follow you on your social media?
Yes, so I am on my business page is on Facebook, and it's Faith Steppers Tax Academy. When you pull it up, you'll see me. You can also follow my website. You can get more information for me on my website on www.faithstepperstax.com. You can email me at faithsteppersacademy@gmail.com, or you can follow my personal page is Ashley Jackson. That's really it.
Yeah, Ashley, it's been a pleasure having you with us today on the
Thank
show.
you.
We definitely appreciate you for coming on. Everybody else out there, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the DTI Takeover Show here on Total Praise Radio. Make sure y'all continue to check out Total Praise by going to our Facebook page, Total Praise Radio. Join the group. Join the Total Praise Radio group on Facebook and go check out the station. Listen to the music. Catch the shows. You're gonna catch this interview soon. So go to www.totalentradio.com and hit that Total Praise Radio button. Until next time, everybody, I'm your host, Miss Kayla, and we are out.
All right.